Greetings, greetings, greetings. You are now tuned into the vault. Trust Christian, own nothing, control everything. Just want to thank you for tuning in live or listening on the replay. Always thankful and excited that everyone listens and actually gives great feedback. We're on episode 165, playing to win versus playing not to lose. This is a pop up episode, so more people are going to listen in a recording than possibly live, but you all can get notifications when we go live for pop-up episodes. Just go to the subscription button if you haven't subscribed, and then you can actually get the notifications of when we go live and just double tap it. As far as this episode, this is 165, playing to win versus playing not to lose. I really wanted to do this episode because we hear a pervading theme in the public with people, whether it's moving forward with consultations or people moving forward with going into the private, people's mindset towards engaging in activities that are so called new activities or unknown activities, things of that nature. Definitely wanted to talk about those things though. So, playing to win and playing not to lose has to do with going into the private. People say, okay, I want to go into the private. I want to be own nothing, control everything. Said even someone yesterday that maybe not be in trust right away, but nevertheless, the first time they heard own nothing, control everything, they took the mindset and they haven't forgot it. Whereas sometimes some people come. Some people here playing to win, but really most people are playing not to lose. And even from a trading experience, really, playing not to lose was seeing people's mentality and saying, I need to study more. I'm not studying enough. Okay, what happens to playing and winning, going in and actually doing it, putting in the time, doing the activity of actually trading, even if it was in a demo account. I remember I used to sit here and say to Cornell, I'd be like, Cornell, man, I'm not doing no demo. Cornell would be like, okay, if you haven't traded consistently in a demo, why would you, you know, be in a real account? He's like, I've seen people lose, 30,000 real quick. I'm like, I know. So, it separates the action from the reaction. And being able to take action and see a win from playing to win, which means positive reinforcement. We see so many people talk emotionally when it comes to the trading. That's because they're playing not to lose. Their emotions are involved. Why are your emotions involved in the trading? Because there's a clear distinction between business and personal. When you're trading company funds, you're trading company funds. That's what they do on Wall Street. They're trading company funds. They're trading people's funds. They're trading it in a trust fund. And they're playing to win. Why? Because they're in a good arm's length distance position. They're in a good position to win, not to lose. They don't even have to play not to lose because there is no loss. They're fiduciaries. They always have the non-disclosures of you could possibly lose your money. That's what they say. Hey, if you invest in this, there's a possibility you could lose money. That's what the disclaimers are out there for. So playing to win is being in control, being active, not passive. Playing not to lose. People come along and say, "Oh, I just want to keep studying. I want to keep reading." We tell people just like this. In the private, there is no book. The book was supposed to come from our families. That's the first place the book comes from. It's the training manual on how we've been able to maintain wealth and move around for so long. So now we move into a section of society where people have been publicly educated. So in turn, the education has told them play not to lose. not play to win, risk it all is entrepreneurship investing. Why? Because there's risk involved. Playing not to lose, we know what that position is. Working for money. Playing not to lose is working for money. Playing to win is working for assets. Man, I don't know when or how. Where do we get assets from? Where do we acquire deals and assets from? From risk. Playing win says we're in the correct position. Playing not to lose says we'll wait till the last minute to get in the correct position. Playing to win. Trusteeship is not something you read in a book. I used to always ask one of the mentors, I said, give me a test. Give me a test so I can show you that I know it. He said, the test is just you doing it. And I'm like, no way. Some people say, oh, there's failure involved in that. There is. Hey, what do we need to share with the people that are coming into trustee training to share with you that trustees get sued? Does that make you still want to be private? You going private? Does that make you want to go private? Oh, because I can be sued. You can be sued in the private? Yes. Why would I still want to go private? Why own nothing, control everything? Why? Why would I do that? Favorable position. You're playing to win. You're not playing not to lose. What happens? When do I take action? When is this playing to win work? Because that means I can risk it all at all times. You do. And not to lose, I'll take my time. You take your time. And then we sat on a plane recently with a person that flies jets for billionaires. And they said, how much is your time worth to you? And then they said, how much is your time for you away from your family? I said, that's cost. And the cost is high for him, for the families that he's flying them around on the jets, because they're playing to win. They're not playing not to lose. Playing to win is put into overtime. Right now, not later. One of the things to think about is when it comes to, you wonder if the study is going to pay off. And that's always the case. And, for so many years, heard so many mentors say, you got to take utter complete responsibility. And that's what trusteeship's all about. That's what stewardship's all about. Playing to win versus playing not to lose. So many people say, I'm going to learn it and then I'm going to do it. You learn from doing, not learning, then do. So many people try to do that with the private, with trusteeship. How can you know trusteeship if you're not a trustee? Not a trustee in training, a trustee. The trustees that get the most value out of trustee training are trustees. They're the ones that get the most value. Why? Because they're trustees. They've assumed the position, as they would say. They've assumed the position. And they're playing to win. Why? Because when you're a trustee, you're not an employee. You have to be a business minded individual. Otherwise, you're going to sit on assets. You got two mindsets. You got the asset sitters, which end up squandering. They say 90% of the foundations don't hold more than $1 million. Why? We know why. People aren't playing to win, they're playing not to lose. Win big. Trustees that take action as asset growth mindset individuals, uh, uh, they 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 become stable in their ways, as they say. They become stable in their ways. They become stable in their ways, and their families benefit from that. They become the play to win player in their family, while some people around them may possibly be playing not to lose. And then we have families that we met recently. They were definitely close to half a billionaires, and they had their family working together. And we see this time and time again. Families that work together play to win. They're not playing not to lose. When you come to the vault, we always want to establish the families that work together are playing to win. It's always so lovely to sit down when the husband and the wife and even the children are sitting at the table, no matter what age. Some families have their houses in order, so they are able to sit down with their children that could possibly be young as 10 years old. 10 years old, sitting at the table through a trustee meeting. for this kid to sit through an 8-hour session of trustee training is powerful, because he's going to soak up, it was a boy, he is going to soak up more than an adult at moments, unconsciously, subconsciously, because he's sitting in the environment. He literally was immersed in an environment that said this is what your life is to be. So as he gets older, he'll be sitting at the table as a trustee, as a steward of the family assets. It'll be nothing for him. It'll be child's play, because he's been put in the environment. Families that are playing to win, they put their children at the table. They have their children at the table. Their families are in their business. It's not an option. We heard someone earlier today say, oh, well, I went to school for something that my family doesn't even do. They're going to go do it on their own, though. You know how that goes. Not in the same exact business. They're going to go start a new business. I ask, are you going to start a new business? Yeah. Oh, they're playing to win on their own. Playing to win is the family calling. Always has been, always will be. Playing not to lose is all about an individual. Playing not to lose is trying to learn and then do, instead of learning from doing. Playing to win is investing in yourself. When were we taught that in public school? To invest in yourself. If you know how to invest in yourself, then it's easier to invest in other things and other people, because it came from knowing your value first. And when you play to win, you know how much you're worth, because you're going to get that check that you actually know you're worth. That's playing to win, not filling out an application and playing not to lose, taking what's given to you, taking unemployment, things of that nature. Playing to win. Definitely excited to do this episode. It was something that really was a big deal, because we see so many people that come through the vault and they say, they have this mindset, and we understand that it's a public mindset, but playing to win is to play for victory. Sometimes it will be called play for the cash, but and when we're really playing through the vault, we're talking about playing for assets now. Now you're playing for long-term assets. Now you're playing to win. Playing to win is doing before you know everything. We see so many people come through the vault and they feel they got to know it all before they pull the trigger and say, I'm going to be a trustee. They say, I want to be in the training, but when are you going to get to the point of I am a trustee? That's what the vault comes and says. Hey, we're here, trustee training. You're in trustee training. That's what the trustee training is about. This isn't the phantom swing here. It isn't phantom income, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to leave you all with this point. Playing to win is going out and playing out every single day. Adding one notch to the belt of victory. Whether it's putting the time in something you know you have to, or actually getting the value out of something that you know you have to. But playing not to lose is saying, hey, I'm just going to work for money and we're going to see how this goes. Ladies and gentlemen, playing for money, how can you beat inflation? Go look at the inflation numbers. How can you beat inflation? How can you beat a number that's in a negative? The United States is in a negative. How are you playing not to lose with them? You're playing not to lose with the house's money. Playing not to lose with the house's money. Most people's, the house's money is their money. How do you play to win? You learn how to become an investor. You learn how to use OPM. Point blank period. Just like in the market. It's a zero sum game. I love when I heard it. When you hear the zero sum game, that means when someone's losing, someone's winning. And when someone's winning, someone's losing. Play not to lose. Play to win. You got to play to win. Playing to win is developing the biggest muscles, becoming the fastest, becoming the strongest. Because the game, what we're living, called the game of life, it goes to the strong. The weak, they don't survive. It's about your family and your DNA, making it. And the only way we make it, we all know, is by playing to win. Playing for victory. Playing for assets. Not for a loser's game, which is playing for money, which is losing its value. It's not even the strongest currency in the world. Just like their education isn't the best. But some of their colleges are really good. But when they look at statistics nowadays, playing to win is being around families that are sending their children internationally to get an international education, to participate in the global economy. They're sending the children to have a choice. Just like they don't have a choice to sit in on trustee meetings either. Because they're playing to win. The strong are the families, not individuals. Families move in trust, not individuals. Individuals are taxpayers. Thank you all for listening live, tuning in on the replay, all the way through and through. 19 minutes 20 for you to have value in your life by playing to win versus playing not to lose. For everybody that's went through trustee training that listens, for all the individuals or people that listen abroad, the trustee training was developed for the listener, for you that listen. Let's say I'm going private. It's a program for trustees because that's what's in the private. You go private when you're a trustee. That's it. And you practice the principles. Look forward to working with you guys, Christian at Trust Christian, as well for all the trustees or people that are getting to the workshop. Christian at Trust Christian. Some of you all may have seen it online. It was leaked on the internet, but the date is November 9th for the trustees. And just feel free to email over to all the details to you that you need. Um, it is a paid for event because Cornell's going to be there. We'll say that much. Cornell has brought hundreds of people into a room, so we have to make sure that everyone is taken care of. And so Cornell is at the next trustee training workshop that's coming up, which is awesome. And just really excited that we got Cornell to sit in the room again. This has been a few times that we were able to get Cornell locked into a room with a trustee training with the trading. So it always is awesome. So Christian at Trust Christian, if you want to get to that. Otherwise, peace and blessings. Just playing to win every single day. Super overtime because right now the market is in such a land grab. The market's to a degree. We wonder when has it been better as far as the marketplace and capital raising, capital acquisition. The market right now, especially in this fourth quarter. We talking to a trustee the other day. They say, "Oh man, I was listening to the show the other day and I actually saw that the market was." I was like, "Exactly. It's called the fourth quarter." Guess what? Amazon and the rest of the FANG companies have been corporate buyback, which means they're buying back their stock, which means they're selling off their position so they can have more revenue funds. That means they've been buying that position back since July. The market hit what all-time highs recently in the past month or two, and guess what? What are they still doing right now? It's been going down. We saw an 800 point plus drop in the Dow and other markets right now because it's called the selling season. But guess what? Who's selling and who's buying? Consumers, the public, they're buying. The CEOs and the corporate execs, they're selling their position in the market. That's obvious. Look at the position. It's in front of our face. They don't need you to some of you say, I don't know about the market. Well, look at it. Did you look at it? How would you know it if you don't look at it?